Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So after a long time coming, we are back with season 2 trailer for One Piece live action. So really super excited about this one. So a little bit of spoilers for season 1 that I hope that they can address or at least handle is that for me, I'm kind of like everybody else where it wasn't as good as what like One Piece could have been, but it still was really fun and had some great moments. I think I have it around like a 6 out of 10 right now, where essentially there's 5 characters in the crew and 2 of them were kind of like mishandled is what I feel like, where people complain now 1,000 episodes later about Usopp and how he doesn't have many feet. One that made him who he is, and which is the Syrup Village arc of fighting against the Black Cats. Half of those characters were taken out. I did like that how they did it kind of like horror movie style, but that was like his main big area where he kind of shines. I'm glad that he still had his Chew fight, but that one was kind of like where he came in to be his own person. And then similarly with Sanji, is that since they cut off, hit or miss, all that for Baratier and Don Krieg, cutting him out completely kind of ruined Sanji's style of there's no reason why ultimately he decides to become a pirate. It's just like, oh, you want to be a pirate? Okay, let's go. Is kind of like how it goes in the live action, which is just makes it confusing and just doesn't really fit where things happen later on. But we move forward with that. I did a bunch of research. So it's going to be Logetown, then it's going to be Reverse Mountain, Whiskey Peak, and ends at Drum Island where they pick up Chopper. Well, a little garden in between that. I'm excited. Trailer's 3 minutes long, so let's get into it.
A pirate is someone who has adventures and dreams and never, ever gives up.
Okay, Sanji's on the back. Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Put together an amazing
really
crew.
do it. Whiskey Peak. It does look good though. Oh, imagination. Oh, come sail away. I remember the song "To the Community."
Pirates.
A little bit after my birthday.
You're going to
She
your
looks so
friends
great.
now.
Bang.
These world war guys are different. They're crazy.
Oh, cool. Oh, great too. Oh, Jumper does get his transformation as well.
This is the most fun I've ever had.
Yeah, that was nice and enjoyable. That was fun. I can't wait for it. I know that there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. So, first of all, that Mr. 3 from like James Gunn's Suicide Squad, he was also an Ant-Man. He's going to be fantastic. He's like that right kind of crazy. That would be perfect. Especially later on down the line, him and Jeff Ward are amazing because I love Jeff Ward too. And then Michaela being Chopper is fantastic as well. She was Floor in Guardians 3, and she's been New Superman. She's been in a lot of things as well, so that's awesome. And like seeing all the different outfits that they're going for and all how the crew's set up this time should be super fun. And overall, should be still enjoyable, even if it's not as like 1-to-1. But it doesn't really need to be honest. It just needs to have that kind of feeling. They're leaning more into it. I was just more kind of sad of like you only had 5 characters to get through in 8 episodes, and you missed 2 of the characters. Well, you didn't really miss them, but you kind of like half did them. Is kind of what I was sad about, especially because those are 2 of like the fan favorite characters. For me, my favorite character is Mr. 2, so it didn't really bother me. But that's what I'm worried about for Alabasta, but it should be fine. That'll be season 3. All these play out. It seems like it's about where they're going. I wonder how many of the animals they'll CGI because I didn't see any Lothans. Those are little bouncing monster rabbits, and maybe that's why Luffy wasn't carrying Sanji as well, or it wouldn't make sense to have him in his teeth because of like talking and also just viability wise, it wouldn't really make sense overall of how you could really do that in live action compared to some of the other stuff. I was happy they got some dinosaurs, and they kind of like have those kind of Jurassic Park CGI effects on them. Well, Jurassic World technically, so that was pretty cool too. So overall, I'm pretty happy with the trailer. Live action releases on March 10th, which is a little bit after my birthday, so that's awesome. Going to be a little bit a present style, and I'll probably do it like my drinking game and put it on mostly on Patreon, because that's where I have to put this kind of stuff. But yeah, super fun. I enjoyed this one a lot. I can't wait for season 2 and then season 3 hopefully shortly after, because they filmed them back to back. And then we'll see how long it goes. I know it's getting more expensive, especially with Netflix stuff. Once you get to 6 seasons, realistically, that's when the contracts start being affected and all that junk. But for now, just going to enjoy season 2 and see if it's better than season 1 and how that goes. Because season 1 of East Blue is usually a little bit slower anyways before it starts picking up speed with like the weird stuff and the fun moments and things like that. So hopefully that'll, relay that and start having some fun, because I saw all the characters that we're gonna have, and it was super interesting to have all of them. Another 8 episode one though, which is kind of interesting because the way they ended East Blue, they ended it right before Logtown, which is going to be kind of a weird juxtaposition because they probably had to combine it where I think what I know is that the last like 2 or 3 episodes are Drum Island, and then 2 episodes for Little Garden, and then one for Logtown, one for Reverse Mountain / Whiskey Peak. Because I think they'll be combined. Should be interesting. And then they'll probably have to combine Logtown and Reverse Mountain a little bit to make it feel like it makes sense on like logistically because that's kind of like an end gap with Reverse Mountain where it kind of makes sense where it ends at Logtown, because then they're like sailing away from the town and then it kind of cuts to black for the end of the episode kind of thing. So that should be interesting. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for it. I will see you guys again in March for 1 month from now for One Piece Live Action Season 2. Thank you everyone so much for watching, and catch you later. Have a great day.